So it's been a number of weeks since we've got the MOT on the Land Rover, and I'm pleased to report that it has been performing quite well. In that time, I've had a haircut that makes me look like a thumb, and we have established a little snagging list. So one thing that I've noticed in the car, when you go between drive, neutral and reverse, it's quite clunky. So you probably noticed that a few times where we're backing it in and out of the unit. We're going to see if a fluid change is going to deal with that. And then first, not just for Tools and Track, but for me entirely, we're going to work on an automatic gearbox. Now an auto box is quite unlike a manual gearbox. If anything, it's more like an engine. It's got oil, a sump, a drain plug.
Low-grade narcolepsy and a penchant for buggery.
But that oil doesn't just lubricate gears, it actually helps change the gears. There's a pump in here that when it pressures up will send valves open and closed, and those valves change gears for you. Now this model's a ZF and it's got 4 gears. Now the way it does that is very clever. Inside for each gear there's a fairy, and when it gets covered in enough oil it hates its life and slaps the next gear on for the next fairy to deal with. This is why auto boxes have been around for a lot longer than manuals, because fairies are old tech. And that's really as much as we need to go into it, because it's an auto box and this is Tools and Track. Didn't want that sump plug anyway. I've checked online. These take ATF, automatic transmission fluid. We'll see how much comes out. It does smell like ass, so it's probably due a change. Right, that's the sump pant off, as you can see, relatively clean, but we'll give that blackness a wipe off as well. And in order to get the sump pump off, it turns out you only have to drop the entire exhaust and this subframe by an inch, which is, you know, big Land Rover, lots of clearance. Nah, that's a fuck. Anyway, those wee nodules, that's the houses for all the fairies, that's where all the fairies live. But that guy, that's the filler, so we're going to get a couple of Turks, whip that off, get the sump pan back on because, well, don't really want dirt in here much, and refit as reversive removal. So the old cigarette lighter doesn't want to work. Now, I was about to go and rip all this out, but always check the bloody fuse. So we're looking at number 6, which is helpfully completely not the orientation of this. Like my fat fingers is intact. Damn it. So in order to get the cigarette lighter out from here, you need to completely disassemble the entire centre console. Now I've just circuit tested that and there's 12 volts. So that is the issue. Let's have a look. Just discussing here because obviously I have broke this, taken it out. Were these 90s plastic as bad in the 90s?
It's like glass.
It's like glass fibre.
Moulded glass.
Like they just, it's like the tiniest, crappiest.
Past what?
Passed out the door.
Pass.
Anyway, this is a doddle because it just pops out. So unfortunately, it can't be done from the front because no reason whatsoever. But let's get it out. Look, much like the rest of this entire car, I suspect some amount of corrosion has been the fault here. But
No, surely not.
or yes. So that is a significant improvement. As you can see, why bugger about with a cigar lighter if you can just get a straight out USB fitting for it. Also, it lights up. Not that you can see it, because I've mounted it upside down. The reason I'm going to tell you guys is so that, you know, this doesn't get in the way. But the actual reason is to annoy Daniel, because that's the sort of thing that it just goes on about. Right, what's next? Rando alert. Oh,
Hi.
Johnny bought a Civic. Anyway, this came with the car in the boot, and I was always kind of like, does it need it? But I think I spent long enough looking at a pretty bare open front end, and it's free, so I'm going to chuck on. Naturally, it never came with bolts, so, you know, need to figure that one out. I'll take it back. Turns out there is bolts. Just need to hope this all doesn't fall on my face when I take them out. Oh, actually, that one might need put in. Here's another fun snag. Whilst filling up the other day, I was subject to the ASBO that everyone gets when you fill up and it goes too fast and the gun goes click. Except for me, it didn't go click. I just made a great big fuely puddle right in the floor. And the problem with a big fuely puddle is this empties enough noise out the exhaust made from fuel. It's not very cost effective. So there must be something wrong underneath here. Let's have a look. That didn't take long, did it? Butter my bollocks. That is actually duct tape. Why? I mean, that's got to be harder to do than just changing the pipe. If you want a leak, that's the way to get one. I mean, like the tape's not even anywhere near the problem. Good effort though. Right, I'm bored. Okay, sorry, I know we're doing the disco and things and I can't be arsed. It's just, it's not me, right? I've tried my best, I've done the Land Rover thing, but I don't need a tow car yet. This thing through the back wall is clearly decades away from being finished and it's pretty big, it's pretty thirsty, and I've fixed all the things, so now I'm bored, right? So I've sold it. Because I've got a plan, right? So in a moment, somebody's going to come from eBay and collect this for, I'll stipulate, not a great amount more money than I bought it for. I've more or less covered the materials that I've put into it to fix it with feck all of my own costs. But, you know, some you win, some you lose. And the more important thing is it's gone. I've got a buyer for it, so just... We're going to replace this shortly with something. And that has a bit more of a tangible plan than just going on eBay and going yo-lo-lo-lo-lo and buying that, because that was a bit daft. I mean, it's a bit of a shame actually, because now that I've cleaned it up for the person coming to buy it, it's actually not that bad a car. I just don't dig it. It's not, I don't do off-roady stuff. I've seldom enough time to go and make that thing skid. And, well, you look at it, it's f***ing humongous. And there's no need for it whatsoever. Anyway, that's my justification, it's done. It's been fun, but toodaloo. It's been a day, like the sun's not even set. As you can see, everything still the same. Land Rover's now gone, buyer collected it, seems quite happy. And I've already replaced it with this, which might seem a bit rash. But I just thought, well, these seem to be quite good value. It was like, well, I'll tell you how much it was in a minute, but look, comfy leather nonsense and an amount of miles done, and it's got wheels and doors, and crucially it's not a diesel, but it is the 2 litre petrol. Now my logic with this is, it's got an MOT for a couple of months. Now, it's the correct engine, by which I mean K20 VTEC Evo, so really this is a no loss game, because if it passes the MOT with minimal work, I will understandably be a happy man and I'll have a very cheap car for a year of scudding about in. And if it doesn't, I'm sure we can work out a plan for it.
There's not even any words to describe this. I don't even know what to say. Describe what? This. It's a fucking Honda Accord, man. What do you want? I don't know. It's a wee bit crusty. I love Honda Accords.
So we took a calculated risk, but man,
breathtaking amounts of rust.
I am bad at maths, clearly. Right, so yeah, you know, once upon a time, something resembling a tow bar probably lived there, but it doesn't now. So cool. Yeah, it's had a life.
I want to know what attached it here. This is the bit that I'm interested in.
You think that's a fail?
I don't know. I just want to know what happened.
It's a something. I'm scared to hammer it back in case half the boot falls out. But so things it's probably going to need.
Everything.
Tires, wheel bearings,
Brakes. Petrol.
Definitely rear brakes. There's surface rust everywhere, but like everywhere.
Just try to top this up.
I mean, but
It's just a wee bit of surface rust.
None of it's broke through, right? The crucial point is this needs to last a year. It doesn't need to last forever. So, will it last a year? That all depends on getting through the next MOT. Because once it gets through an MOT, it can do what it likes and dissolve as fast as it wants because it's going to be an engine donor. But in 2 months, it's got to go yay on the MOT sheet. So, my prescription is as follows. Obviously, front and rear distance pads are going to be needed. The rear drop links with anti-roll bar are dead. And the rear wheel bearings are not great. But that just brings us up to a bill of 215 quid. Which makes the whole car a grand. So, motoring for a year for £1,000, assuming of course that's enough to get it through an MOT. We've got more grips out because apparently
we had a small issue, right? I went to adjust the steering column on the Triumph, which I shouldn't have done, and I broke the handle off of the tilt column.
So we now need to repair this.
Well, yeah, basically what's left now is the kind of splined nut section of the handle.
Strong British repairs.
So this is the handle.
That was the handle.
That was the handle, and I made the mistake of going, I'll just tighten that right up so that it doesn't move, and then I went like that, and then it came off.
So it's definitely not going to move.
Well, no, but it's never going to move now. That's the slight issue we have. So we're gonna tweak it.
Right. A little bit more.
A bit more.
Just a bit more.
Just a bit more.
So meanwhile, we're going to go find something to weld onto this.
So this is what we've got.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
we've now got a UNF.
Is that aluminium?
No, it's steel. Of course it's steel. It's a Triumph.
Strong Sheffield steel, that lad.
It is. Like, that's why it's managed to rust indoors.
Yeah, it's good on that. Why is that a surprise?
Just because nobody has genuine.
Well, I do because I like to buy
That's probably why they actually removed it.
cars and quality tools. That's how it all works. So things that we can put on this.
Yeah. So what we need to do is just raid
Right.
your whole place and find something.
Right. So we could.
resembles a
What?
handle.
The square hole. What can we put on?
I've got an idea. Is that steel?
It's alloy.
What is that?
Why don't you just check it fits the thread? Because it's off of PVR.
No, it's smaller. Look, it's smaller. That's a shame. No. Well, wait a minute. See if we. Your TVR gear knob idea, right? It's not out of the question yet. Because what we could do is we could drill this, and that's splined, and we could just whack it in.
I don't think I'm going to have a drill that's exactly the right size for that spline though.
Why not?
Well, let's get the verniers on it.
Yeah. It's gonna be like half inch. What is it?
14. So we need a 14 mil
doing
drill
it in
bit.
metric. Perfect. Nailed it. The grinder.
The old grinder handle.
Not
Hello.
one like that. I don't know.
That looks alright.
That looks deliberate. That was.
Did you say you had an Aldi one?
We're not using the Narty one. We're
Wood.
not.
The rest of the car's
We're
wood.
not using the Narty.
I will give that one stiff chap with a hammer and I'll be in there.
Yeah, but look at it, dude.
Look at you.
I'm not
Fuck's
going to
sake.
pass.
This was a great idea.
But
This.
it's this f***ing alloy.
Yeah, I know. All we do is get it reasonably close and then get the old chaperoonie.
Noise continues.
I like that. I just don't know.
Yeah, but look at it. It's an old MX-5 gear knob. It's not a great idea. give it a wee sand, make it look pretty, and then we're.
For fuck's sake.
No, that's fine.
Tommy, get paint out, we'll paint it.
Do you know what we could do? We could actually put that in the chuck of the drill bit, and then in the drill, and then do a wee round of the, make it look super pretty.
It's not dangerous in the slightest.
It's not. It's fine. That's way better.
Is it?
Yes.
Alright.
To be fair, that actually looks fine.
That looks like it's part of the motor.
Apart from the H gate. This is like a boy band cover for or like an old band actually. An armband. This man just won't shut up about his next car because apparently the Triumph needs to go, right? So we've put him in an Accord because he's talking about a Vensai. So try the Accord.
I know, but an offence is. You need to
Just try an Accord.
It's
Just try an Accord.
just got electric seats.
It's got electric
Clutch
seats.
feels a bit weird.
It's because it's a Honda. They've always got weird clutches.
Do you think so?
Yes. Let's go around the block. Brian is well versed.
Brian loves an Accord.
Well versed with the joys of an Accord.
Yes,
because
Oh yes.
yes, but look, it's nice and
Feels sporty.
it's because it's VTEC, yo.
Oh, that's a
Bit jerky.
bit jerky.
Bit jerky.
Do the brakes work?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
An Accord?
I'm going to go around the Ibrox ring.
The Ibrox ring.
It's like the Nürburgring but an Ibrox.
Clutch is strange.
You're strange.
Thank you. Oh, nice smooth road this, as you can tell.
Yeah. But it's a good test. I like this road. It's a great test.
Alright,
Yeah. Lots of potholes. Turns corners.
It drives, it's nice. Whatever. Listen to that induction roar.
And it's comfy and it's got
Sunroof.
electric sunroof.
I like how
Electric
you are
seats.
being bold and just going for the full sunroof open.
I've already tested this.
Oh, okay.
Full sunroof. It's got aircon, cruise control,
Electric seats.
heated seats.
Electric heated seats.
Do you know the funny thing is, it's not even making any knocks or rattles.
I've found.
Okay.
That's
Well,
fine.
let's pretend. Didn't hear any there.
Yeah. Okay. So, thoughts over an Vensai?
It's fine.
I think you should get one of these. I think you should buy this one.
This is like the sports car of the compared to the Avensis, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I think you should buy one and I'll buy one as well. Anybody want to swap a good Accord for a Crown?
yeah, probably quite a few folk. You could probably get like a CL7 Type R for that. Anyone?
Yes.
And they work.
Everything works though. Everything works.
Let's even get one of these self-dulling mirrors.
So it does. So it does.
Self-dulling mirror for the dulls. We're now going to go look at the K20 because yeah, there's a wee. I'll do it. I will do it for you.
And a Civic.
If you ever need to open the bonnet, just pull that bit.
The rod up.
Yeah, stick the rod up. Careful of the rust. That's significant amounts of rust.
Hold their feet.
Yeah, for the Jesus. I mean, there are some crimes going on, but turrets, mint lad.
They are actually not that bad.
Yeah, VTEC, K20 VTEC, not the good one apparently.
I don't know. It seems fine to me.
It's 150
Runs
brake,
and drives.
And a 70 brake night.
150 in this.
That is still plenty.
Plenty if you're to put it in that.
Has it got oil? Did you check that?
Yeah, it's got. Mate, it's not just got oil. It's got clean oil.
It's a Honda, doesn't need oil.
Look, wait till you see how clean.
It's actually pretty clean.
Surprisingly clean oil.
You guys probably been topping it up every couple hundred miles.
Right, come on now. There's no need for that. That's an improvement. I feel like I had to actually take this off road, like briefly, just to prove it does it. There we go. It's done. There we go. Proved. Now I can put my phone down because I'm going back on the road. Just went to drive home. And I wonder why I can't put my bloody seatbelt on. It's probably because. Oh Christ. I've Yeah. It's under there. Fuck. Night time. Daytime!